I would like to call the Board of Water Commissioners meeting of May 22nd, 2023 to order at 7:02. TCAM is recording the meeting and will upload it to YouTube. Roll call of commissioners, sorry. Todd Melanson, present.
Nathan Madela, present.
Could we also have a roll call of others present? Dave and Chaz, please.
Dave Vision, Superintendent.
Chaz Sexton Duranian, Selectman Liaison.
Thank you very much. 4.1, reorganize the board. Nate, would you like to be chair?
So I'm surprised you're asking me this because before the last time we reorganized the board, you were concerned about keeping your position for the project, which is not over.
Well, it's not over, but you've got a year under your feet now. So I've got you know the importance of it. You know everything we've been working towards and everything else like that. So I've got no problem right now. And if you'd like to take over, either way, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any difference in the situation. So I mean, you can keep the chair position. That's
all right. I mean, we've worked pretty well together, I think, Nate. I think we've complemented each other very well, and I don't. So if you're okay with it, I don't have any problem staying as chair, nor do I have any problem with you being chair. So it's completely up to you, my friend. So if you with the project still going, if you'd like me to stay, I'll stay.
Oh, I'm just going off of what you had said the previous time, and I know that your words were wanted to.
No, it wasn't. It was more that you didn't have any of the background information on it and things like that, and I just wanted to make sure we stayed on track because the timeline was so tight. You've got a year under your foot of listening to us talk about it. You've had a lot of good input on it, so I feel comfortable either way. So it's up to you, my friend. So if you'd like, I will stay. And you can be vice chair. But like I said, I think we've complemented ourselves very well. Even at some of the meetings and stuff, I think you've done an outstanding job of reining things in. You've always run a very good meeting, so that was never my issue. It was more, I knew the tight timeline, and I was just paranoid we weren't going to make it. So, if that's the wish, we can keep the board as is. But like I said, I really and truly have no problem now switching over if you so wished. So,
Okay. Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
I move that we reorganize the board to have Todd Melanson as chairman and Nathan Madela as vice chairman.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. No, I don't think there's any further need for discussion. I'll call a roll call vote. Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Madela, aye.
So it's I forget how the phrase goes. Anyways, thank you very much, Nate. And I truly do value your input and also keeping us on topic. Like I said, you've always run a very good meeting. All right, now I need to switch back because my other computer's frozen. Hold on for a sec. And let's see. 1.5 chairman's additions and deletions. I don't think we have any at this point in time.
You have the thing with aquifer protection that you asked me to look into. And that has to do with the new bylaw.
I didn't get a chance to go through the whole thing, Dave. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Why don't we table that and we'll get
Put it
back
on
to it.
if you want to put on the agenda or just skip over it because You just
Why don't
told
we
me
skip
remind
over
me.
right now because I think it took care of itself, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
1.6 approved minutes of April 10th, 2023. Nate, did you get a chance to read them?
April 10th.
Yes.
Yes.
You have any changes or corrections?
I did not see anything that
No,
was
I didn't. No, it was well
not-
done.
yeah. No.
Can I have a motion, please?
I move that we accept the meeting minutes of April 10th, 2023.
Second, motion has been made and seconded. Todd Melanson, roll call vote. Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Madela, aye.
1.7 review correspondence, public comments. We did have one on the bill. Is there any way? I was looking at it, Dave. And
On the bill?
yeah. I'm assuming, yeah, 1.7 is the public comments, and it was about the question about the change in the way the bill looks. I guess there's no perforation for them to pull off and mail the bill in. Also, it doesn't really break down their usage at all. At least on the copy I'm looking at.
Yeah, Todd, that was just a note from somebody, and I did ask them to perforate the bill this time, but he kind of went over it, and I didn't realize it wasn't going to be perforated. So we got it in the mail, so I will do it again next time.
Okay.
The gentleman just doesn't like the format of the new bills because we have, Kelly Ryan now as opposed to the older bills. And
Yeah, that and
Yeah.
people aren't gonna like change.
yeah, and I mean, I do understand the perforation. That is annoying to me as well. So, again, we will ask for it again, and this time I'll bold the letters. But
Not only that though, is the breakdown of their bill up in the top left-hand corner, or
it's down below.
so this is ripped off. The breakdown is
Yes, it was just two little pieces of paper they added in there. One was part of the bill, and the other one was a separate piece of paper that was the same person. So
okay. All right.
the only thing I can really do is the preparation part. Everything else is on there. It's
Okay,
just-
but their usage and the breakdown of their bill is on there,
Yeah.
correct?
absolutely.
All right. Nate, did you get to take a look at that? Do you have any comments on that?
Our correspondence.
Yes.
I think I'm paperless. I feel like, I mean, we're billed quarterly, so you're going to receive something in the mail 4 times a year, right? And
Yep.
I mean, I've never noticed it being. I mean, I have more of a bone to pick with all the promotional crap that I get in the mail.
I hear you there, my friend.
I have a PO box, and I go and check it every once in a while, and I have like 5 forms from Keller Williams. Guys, you guys got to do your due diligence. My mother is a
I completely get you.
So yeah, so to the waste. Speaking to the waste, I don't see that.
No, I know.
I am understanding this customer. Really, what I'm seeing from this is the transparency issue. Okay, they're saying that back in the 1970s, where you can see, when you can understand the bill material, that's the most important thing of this in my mind.
So maybe we reach out, Dave, have someone reach out to them and go over the bill and show it to them. That's why I was asking about the usage and stuff like that, and explain to them that we did change who does the billing, and maybe explain, or even maybe on the website, you can scan it and then put in notes and show people how to read the bill, maybe, and maybe that will help correct this. I don't know. But let's do something so that, I mean, nobody likes change, and so I get that part of it, but let's take the extra step to be, Nate used a good word, transparent, but I would also say it's up to us to educate the people when we make changes so that everybody's following along and we're in the same path. All right?
Right. Well, just so you know, this was also a forced change because the Boston Globe printing went out of business.
No, that part I get,
So-
but I do think it's on us to create some sort
Right.
of how to.
I'll look into it and see if I can make a little lesson plan or simplify it or whatever.
And just explain it, and we can link it up on the town website, and sure, somebody will post it on Facebook. So, I mean, let's take the extra step and educate people on how to read the bill, and maybe
Yeah.
we'll get.
It's not so much about Kelly Ryan. It's just that we went from Easy Bill to Vadar. They're the ones that actually set the bill.
Yeah.
And they have a
No, I
different
know, and it's a
design.
set,
Just a different design.
it's a set format. So,
Right. That's all it is. It's not like we can change much of it, you know.
so, so why don't we take the extra step to help people understand their bills? All right.
I'll take care of that.
Thank you very much.
But a little side note for that, we're probably going to be close to 35% of going through Kelly and Ryan with our bill payment,
Okay.
which is actually pretty good.
All right.
That's on the online.
Okay. 2.1, I don't think there are any
Oh,
appointments.
hold on. There was one more correspondence that Nathan directed
I thought I was going to leave that for commissioner updates and reports.
I told you on the
It's,
email
it's
that it was going
correspondence.
correspondence.
Okay.
I told Mr. Turgeron to reach out and get on our agenda because he's asking for something a bit more than just a service app, right?
Correct.
Well,
So-
actually, I can put that one to bed within 5 minutes. There
Okay.
already is a meter pit,
Start the timer.
That's why I had him call you guys. Yeah.
right? So there's a meter pit on that lot. Part of on the baseball field it has to be relocated anyways. So we're just gonna they hire a plumber to put the meter inside their shed and go from the meter pit. No service charge, no tapping, because it's already an existing service.
Dave,
Okay.
And done.
Dave, what
Yes.
about a backflow preventer?
Because it's a restaurant, they'll have to put that into.
Is there one at Craven Field?
I don't know. But I can look into that.
Yeah, so both would need backflows.
Right.
I'm not sure that Craven Field is owned by them.
It's owned by the town, right?
Okay. So yeah,
It'll be the same deal.
Right.
They're leasing from the town.
Right.
good to think about that.
But I've already looked into all this, and I have a solution that won't cost the baseball people hardly any money.
Excellent.
Like to
Okay.
hear that, Dave. Thank you.
Dave, were you able to speak with Keith?
No, I didn't. I ran out of time.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just didn't know if he had.
Just reach out to him, Dave, in the next couple of days and let him know we talked about it and you have a solution, all right?
Yep.
But also let him know about the backflow preventers, all right?
Okay.
And I just want to make sure your solution is not going to mess up any of your timelines with the treatment plant.
None of it is on us. It's all again for them. We're just going to have someone shut off the service. We're not doing it. They'll have to hire somebody.
Well, I think he was looking to, talk to him first and see what he's looking for, all right?
Right. The pit's already in the fields. When he relocates it, he has to move the pit anyways. So
All right. Well, just run it, like Nate said, reach out to him and talk to him,
Yeah.
make sure everything works, okay?
okay, less than 5 minutes.
Excellent.
That was close.
Yeah. I had it all prepared.
Now you're still talking. That you're adding on your 5 minutes. Commissioner updates and reports. 4.1. Discuss engineering. There was only one change that I just want to. Dave made me aware of. In that they had to bring on a.
Ryan Engineering.
Yeah. To oversee the roads, and they needed a minority one. So that kind of resolved itself. So there's no need to discuss it. 5.1 liaison updates and reports. Mr. Sexton Duranian.
There you go. Thank you, sir. I have I have a question. You still have a vacancy as far as your clerk is concerned. And I'm wondering if you guys posted for that. Do you remember posting for it, Dave?
I have no idea what you mean.
The commissioner's position, we have an open seat. Did we post for it?
I haven't posted for it.
No.
Okay. I
So
didn't
we
see
have to.
Yeah, I didn't see one in the record, so I would suggest that you post for that position. That way, if you do, you have to post for 10 days to an open position, and then you have 30 days to fill that position or to request to have that filled, that you would bring that individual to the Board of Selectmen to have appointed. If it goes beyond the 30 days and someone fills out a
Volunteer
a
form?
volunteer form, you guys can vote that person on without having to go to the Board of Selectmen. So I didn't see that first part posted, so it needs to be posted with the clerk so that you guys can at least have an open vacancy that's on record.
All right.
The second thing is we did do our liaison assignments, and you guys are stuck with me for another year.
Oh,
So
sorry.
complaints go directly to Brenda, and she takes care of them for me. I think she supplies them to the landfill department.
The landfill.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that one.
The last thing is anytime that a board or committee is contacting in regards to town council, it really should go to the chair, and the chair should reach out as opposed to anyone else. That's part of the selectmen's policies. So if there is any reach out to directly to the town council, it really should be vetted through the commissioners first before it goes out.
What specifically are you talking about?
If there is an email to ask for, have you done this or have this has been done, it has to really go through a chair, and the chair should talk to your liaison so that I can talk with him directly.
So like department heads and other staff, if they need to talk to town council, it has to be board to board, and then it gets approved or whatever. But from my understanding, the policy that the selectmen have is that's the way it is, because there was a time where the cost to town council was getting out of hand because everyone in town was calling town council. So
Yep.
The way to kind of funnel it and shape it is, if I am understanding, and I remember one of the boards creating this policy because it had gotten so out of hand.
Yeah. There's once a month, there is the ability to set a time with town council. They call open hours. So if you have questions in regards to any town council, it's open hours. If it's an immediate question, it goes to the chair. The chair then contacts me, and I can contact town council. And usually when I contact town council, I have 4 or 5 different issues to deal with at the same time. So we're not using a lot of his time. But we have to really be careful of just reaching out directly to town council.
I'm the guilty one on that, because I was kept getting asked questions on the road on
Just next time, Dave, just give me a call. We'll get it taken care of real quick.
Yeah.
But just follow the policy, all right?
Yeah, I was trying to mention. I was writing everybody.
Yeah.
No, I know, but just
I know. I'm telling you, I'm the guilty one.
Well, I want us all to be on the same page, because we have very good communication, and we can usually get your answer very quickly if we follow the protocol, Dave.
Okay.
All right. And that's all I got.
okay, we're zipping along here. Let's see. 6.1 update and discuss PFAS Harbor Trace Treatment Plant.
Okay.
Dave?
Number one, building fees. Building department fees.
Yeah.
I didn't realize till this morning that it was an issue, because I've been kept out of the loop, but until the contractor filed for building, that there was there's a big
Simple
issue
question,
right
Dave.
now.
Are the fees built into the budget already?
It's built into our budget, because the SRF does not cover local building fees. So
Right, so
I
that is-
added 10 grand to professional services for the building fees, which if we pay them out of pocket, it's supposed to be $9,600. So I have the money. It is budgeted. You guys approved the budget. And so can you do me one favor? Can
Sure.
you and Nathan affirm that we can pay the building fees directly out of the water department? Because I sent you that note.
No, I saw it.
So can you just affirm that the water department is paying for the building fees from our budget?
If you put it into the budget and it's built into our financing,
Or we can just tell Chaz.
but let me and Nate talk for a minute. I just,
Right.
I was down in the building department today, and I did notice that little section at the bottom was revived this month, 2023, that the water department is not considered, any water department building is not considered a town building.
it isn't?
Yeah, that's the verbiage, or pretty much somewhat like that. I can.
Could you check on that, Chaz, please?
Sure. Any town, Nate?
So hold on, just give me like 30 seconds, right?
I will say, read the deed. If you look at the deeds, it
Yeah.
says the town of Townsend, not the Townsend Water Department.
Now, are town buildings, Chaz, exempt from fees?
Okay, this was revised 5/2023. At the bottom under the
Is this on the town page, Nate?
this might be, but this is in the building department office. And it says town buildings are exempt from fees. Water department is not exempt. Water department is responsible for fees. So I'm sure you've already done the math. Every
But
thousand is a
can-
dollar.
Right? Should we pay for the fees? Yes.
Oh,
Because
well, I guess.
but here's what, before you go right now they're paying people. They don't have employees inspecting. They pay people.
No,
So
and
the
it's a little
$9,600
bit.
is to
No, I-
reimburse for those fees. We should pay
Okay.
for them.
So I'm sorry, I'm speaking just to the electrical.
Right.
By the
Okay.
way, I'm sorry.
So,
I
but the other part of it is, it's a little bit different than other towns that have full-time inspectors. Those towns usually waive, especially for these plants. If we don't have full-time and we're hiring like almost like independent contractors, then, and it's in our budget, then I've got no problem with it.
That's exactly what's going on.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's a huge. You're gonna have the electrical inspector is gonna be out there probably more than 6 times.
Yep.
And I can't speak to the plumbing and building, but
No.
We didn't. That's not part of what's in the budget for that.
No, and it's under DEP auspices. So this isn't like your general GC throwing together a house or an industrial building. This thing gets reviewed more times than you could imagine.
Yep.
So do we need a motion for this, Nate, you think?
he just wants us to affirm that the money is coming out of the account. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless
No.
otherwise stated, I don't even think we need to affirm that.
No.
Right.
You
It's regular
can just-
business.
yep.
So
Well,
there's
I-
10,000 this year, 10,000 for next year.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'd like to say is that he's working on 2023 budget right now, and that changes in July. So he's looking for an affirmation to be able to use the money that's been allocated for it.
It's in the budget. That's what it's allocated for. That's what you use it for.
Right. I put it in there just for this.
Okay. Then that question's answered. All right, Dave, keep going.
All right. So this Wednesday, 12:30, contractors meeting. We're gonna go over everything, what they expect. There's gonna be some just housekeeping things, how the SRF works. Patricia Opp from the SRF is gonna do her official blessing of the project You know,
Is Katie gonna be there, Dave?
Katie?
Or,
Katie who?
no, who's, oh, I can't remember.
Patricia Hoppers, our DEP.
Right, but the OPM,
Not Rebecca, Kristen.
Kristen.
Berger. She is
Yep.
going to be there.
all right, good, thank you.
She's very good, and we're all on the same page.
You said this
Patricia
is at
Harp's really good, by the way. The DEP person, Patricia Arp, is, I'm not comfortable.
Oh, she's fantastic.
I'm glad she's our designated SRF person. She's good.
Right. Reminder, groundbreaking is at 10 a.m. Tuesday, July 11th. As soon as the meeting for Wednesday gets over, I'm working on invitations,
All right.
because
So-
then the clock starts and we're good to go. One of the things we have to start thinking about, because it might take up to a year, is the disposal of 540 Main Street. And one of the things I presented is a swap of an easement on the corner of Blood Road and West Elm Street, because it's the end of the water line. The town owns that land, but it's in the housing trust. For them to get water, because it's uphill from the water lines, it would need a booster pump. So for a win-win for both of them, if we swap the building for an easement on the corner of that property, I can put a booster pump for the future tank. And if it needs to be done for this project, it can be, because you're either going to have to put wells on it because town water can't go there because of the elevation.
So let me ask you a question, Dave. There's got to be a couple of steps. When we switch out, from what I remember, it was facilities was going to take it over and house their equipment there.
Right, but that has nothing to do with the process.
Well, I understand. I just want to, if there are steps, I just want to make sure. So what we would be doing is voting to approach the town, or not voting, but approaching the town to do the swap.
Correct.
And then it would be up to them to approve whether facilities took that over or not.
Correct, but it also may have to go to town meeting.
Yes. So it would be the next town meeting anyways.
Correct. So this is a process that I wanted to start now, just to get things moving.
All right.
Do it legally.
Yep. I will ask Chaz. Do we approach the select board on this? Well, first of all, back up. Nate, what's your feeling on it?
Well, if we're not going to need the facility, which we don't, building
Correct.
brand new at HQ, yeah, it should go to the best possible use to help out the town. But also, because it's not a town building, we want it to be equitable.
How did that change? Chaz,
They're incorrect that it's not a town.
no, but he's
building.
reading, Dave, I understand what you're saying, but they've actually made that change because Nate's reading it.
But so at first I said town building, but the way this is worded, it says town buildings are exempt from fees. It says water department is not exempt, but that doesn't say it's not a town building. But
It is. It is a town building,
right.
and it would be under. To answer your question, Todd, it's under town properties, and town properties committee is where you would bring that, and then town properties would decide where it needs to go from there.
All right. And they have a meeting every month.
Yep, pretty much.
Dave, can you get,
Which is really the assessor's office.
all right, we should get on their next agenda then. Nate, do you want to make it a joint meeting?
Make what a joint meeting?
Well, if we get on the building
Yeah.
committee,
Town properties.
Town Properties Committee's agenda, do you want to make it a joint meeting between their committee and our board? Or just you and Dave go, or me and Dave go, however you want to work it?
I don't think. I mean, if we decide, if you guys have something in mind, if Dave has something in mind, and we agree as a board here, I don't see I don't see it necessary to
Okay,
convene
good
a
enough.
meeting for both.
I do have
boards,
a
I just want to make sure,
or a board and a committee.
I'm trying to really make sure that
It's just what they. I don't know what they're gonna say.
yeah, I know. I don't think there's a problem with it.
No, what they'll do is they'll, because town properties is the committee that has to, if they need to contact whoever, whether it be the Board of Selectmen or whatever, they're the ones that kind of orchestrate that, the next step.
All right.
I guess I'd like to see the initial, like if the water department facility is owned by the town building, I'd like to look at the agreement for which the property was to be used and any other verbiage that goes along with it.
Then you can talk to the assessor's office.
Okay, so the assessor's office would have that,
Yep.
whatever
Yep.
document.
Yep, that's all public record.
Dave,
then
could
this
you get that for me and
committee-
Nate? Oop, sorry.
So
I got in my notes. I'll go to the assessors and I'll start talking to her first.
I've never
and-
heard of this committee. What say that? What they are?
Town
Buildings?
properties.
Town Properties Committee?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I've never
First for me
heard of
too, Nate.
it. Who's on that committee?
It would be assessors. They have, I think 2 townspeople that are on it. I think one's a real estate agent, Lori Schifrin, and I don't know I can't remember the other woman's name that's on there. They're not, how do I explain it? They know all of the town-owned buildings, and if anything they want to make any changes with any town-owned building, they then take the information from whoever's submitting it, and then they find whoever needs to do it. For instance, one town building, some town properties that we had, that's town properties recommended them to the Board of Selectmen to do whatever they need to do with it, and then the Board of Selectmen will do something. There's been other properties where they have requested to have, put up for sale or whatever. So they really just take care of the town-owned.
What are
buildings.
they under? Because I don't see them on the town website.
They're under the assessor's office. Because I think the assessor is on that as well, and the assistant assessor is on that committee.
Online property, Mr. Mapper forms deeds. All right, I'll take your word for it. I can't find them on the website. Huh. All right. Dave, if you could take care of that, but
Yeah, I got it.
Nate did have a request. He'd like to see the verbiage under the water department lease, I guess, of the property at Main Street. Did I
There's no
understand
lease.
that correctly?
What,
If
when,
we-
does anybody have a guess as to when that was?
Do you know when that was
Um,
built?
It's on the website. It's on the town assessor's website. It was
Okay.
like 82 or something like that.
All right.
All right.
So, a little question on that. Chaz, you're on the housing trust board, right?
Yes.
Do you think that's a good idea, putting a little easement on there for a pump?
Well, that's the recommendation for town properties to make. And if that's all that you're doing, then they'll say, well, why don't you go ahead and put it to the, go to the trust directly. That's all I'm saying is they direct
that-
you to go where it is. But
Okay,
yeah, and the easement I don't think would be a problem, but it's just I just want you guys to follow the right path.
right. So that's why I brought it tonight, so we have this way. We have a year or more to have everything done.
Yep.
Okay,
Good enough.
Okay.
let me just write this down.
I would contact Vicky directly, Dave.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what I have. Okay. One of the good things about well, it's actually good and bad. We had a master plan that will be 100% finished with this project for the 10-year master plan. So we're going to have to
You mean the capital plan, not the master plan, right?
know the master plan. The
The
one that
town's master plan?
the town asked me to see if I could update a master plan because of this, but our master plan was do the tank, cross street, Main Street well, the looping water main, and it's all our whole master plan for 10 years is done as of this project.
Just
All right, well-
the water chapter.
Oh,
Todd.
yeah.
So if you have any ideas, please feel free because this project has completed 10 years worth of master
Well,
plan.
let's get to, let's,
But this is part. This
we
is part
can
of this.
rest on our laurels a little bit. Why don't we get through this project and then if we've got
Well,
stuff like,
Well, here's
I have a quick
the
question.
town's asking me for an updated master plan.
Ask them who else has finished their 10-year plan like 8 years early. And when they get back to us on that, we'll get them to a new 10-year plan.
Okay.
But like I do have one thing that pops off the top of my head is West Meadow Estates and where, because they had talked about adding on to that, but they would need a tank and a new booster station to get what they need up
Oh,
there.
we need a tank. The news booster station where you can upgrade it. It's a twin, so you can update one side then the other. So
All right.
if they add on to it, then we'll deal with it at that time.
Okay. All right.
But I also have a plan for that where that tank would go on that
Yep.
property.
No, I know you would put that up there.
To a town council, we have to do the stormwater plan and have it recorded. So I'd like to make an appointment for the 31st of May for the town council to record the stormwater plan.
You'd like a meeting with him at the end? Is that his
I
meeting
think
day?
it's the 31st. He's coming for his Tuesday meeting.
Yep.
And I'd just like to give him the stormwater that needs to be recorded so he can record it in Cambridge.
Do we need a meeting time or can we just send it?
Right now,
How
I
do
have
we
to
do
tell
that?
you-
Do we send it to you, Chaz?
No, he
Wait.
can make it. He can schedule a time with Sabrina.
All right, so I have your blessing then, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, state revolving fund at 4 o'clock today has come back with the funding for our project, which was fully funded at $20,929,000.
Did they come back with, have they come up with the numbers for the percent forgiveness as a final number yet?
So far, it's still in flux, but right now our number is 58.2, but it could be going up.
Well, I'm good at holding it 58.2, but if
Right.
it goes up, that's fine by me.
But
Right.
that's only about $12.5 million or something like that. Rough numbers.
Yeah, but whatever we can do to help the town, the
Yeah.
people in it is so much the
But
better.
I have another grant out. So what's the worst thing I'm gonna say is no.
Yeah, I know.
That's my philosophy. Keep doing it until they say no.
Yep.
No, I completely agree.
And
So long as it doesn't, just so long as it doesn't start taking away from what you need to do on a day-to-day basis.
No, I think we've been doing fine because we got,
I've had no complaints. I just don't want to. Grant writing takes a lot of time and stuff like that, and I appreciate all the ones you've done, and you've done some outstanding work getting us money and stuff like that. But also want to make sure that you don't overload yourself. That's all.
Yep.
All right.
and I'm done.
Well, no, you had one more on there.
What?
Yes, you do. Point
What's that?
3, discuss approved lien process. But I didn't see anything in your packet about a lien process.
So, sorry. Right now, we straightened out with the town.
All right. So
Excuse
that's all
me, there
straight and
was-
good.
There was something in there, 6.3, and it was just showing what we got back from all the liens thus far.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That was why it was on there, so you could see, the
But you got it ironed out and it went because I knew we got the total, but then they were able to break it down into the accounts that it went to.
yeah, that was
It was
just,
a communication issue because it was one of those things that nobody was around, so it just got dropped. The communication got dropped.
Okay, that's fine.
So me and Katie, we sat down, we worked it all out. We're good.
All right, then I'm good with it.
How much money was it? I'm looking at the
Yeah, the packet.
sheet right now. And it's not really.
A little over $50,000 for 22 and 23.
Why did you put Pepperell in there?
It just it was just, there's some things in there. It's just information. It shows.
See, the thing is though, is like the reg hasn't changed yet. And I just spent 2 months helping write Mass Waterworks response to why they shouldn't. MMA is opposing it. Actually, the governor is, just because the finances of it. They don't even know if there's enough GAC in the world to treat Massachusetts, not the rest of, never mind the rest of the country. So they put it.
It was their project's $30 million.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that everyone knew what was going on in the town next to us. It's just informational. It wasn't on the agenda.
Okay. All right. I'm good
And
with
it shows a nice picture of the vessels.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, and I haven't seen any of the bids because I saw the size of those books. And by the way, Nate, thank you for signing those. What vessels are we getting, Dave?
Calgon, the ones that are in that picture,
All right.
they're 20,
What are they, 28 feet high?
27 feet by 12.
Yep.
And there's going to be 4 of them. So
And they're valved together, right?
in pairs.
All right.
So once one pair gets
Well,
saturated,
they usually do it. They usually
Bye.
gate all 4 together. So, all right. So everybody knows, and Dave already knows this. GAC for PFAS works in a tandem where they called lead lag, where the first one, the water range is the first one, then it goes through the second one. And there are different testing ports at different heights that you have to test for PFAS. And that's how you judge how deep into the vessel the PFAS has gone through. Once that's done, especially if you're doing a 4, they're usually gated so you can just kind of loop around and you never lose that lead lag. So are they doing it that way, Dave? Because you only have to, once the first one's done, that's the
yeah,
only
right? You
one.
just have to switch over from the couple
All
valves,
right. Then
but they're not plumbed together. They're plumbed separate, but in pairs. So the water only can go to one pair and out.
Yeah, but all right. That's neither here. That's way too technical for this
Right.
meeting. Sorry, I'm off track.
Now we're done.
So let me see. Dave, are you all set now?
I am done.
All right. 7.1 review schedule next Board of Water Commissioners meetings. Nate, you got your calendar out?
I do.
What's good for you?
Can I just ask one more question? You said this Wednesday is the contractors meeting at noon?
Yes.
And we're looking into June.
Well, what's our normal one? Is it the third Wednesday? Third Monday, excuse me.
Second Monday.
Usually the
Second.
second. Yeah.
Second.
The-
The
But the
12th,
third Monday is
Juneteenth, it's a holiday.
the 19th, right?
So,
Juneteenth. Juneteenth.
yep. The 12th is open for me, Nate. How are you?
yeah, looks fun.
So what we're gonna get on Wednesday is the schedule, the tentative schedule for the building project.
All right. Well,
So
you can
I'll
give
I'll
that
have
to
that
us
for you.
on the 12th. I got no problem with setting it up as the 12th, so why don't we set it as the 12th? Could I have a motion on 7.2, Nate?
Yes. Well, Mr. Chairman, I move that we review and approve end of month reports and bill payable warrants out of session.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call vote, Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Madela, aye.
Well, that concludes tonight's meeting. I keep going back and forth this in my head. Do we do a vote to adjourn, Nate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Could I have a motion, please?
I move that we adjourn the Water Commissioners meeting.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call vote, Todd Melanson, aye.
Nathan Madela, aye.
Everybody, thank you for your time. Really do appreciate it, and see you on the flip side.
Have a good